Hopefully we're in the right one. If you're coming over from the sale, welcome. So yesterday we started talking about this crazy case of Lindsay Shiver. It could be Shiver. And we're going to go through that. But before we do that, I want to go through a little update to the Gilgo Beach killer. And there was a New York man who disappeared after a Brooklyn concert. He was found dead, and it's really quite a sad story. I just want to go over that real quick too. This young man, 27 years old, and he disappeared after a concert in Brooklyn Saturday night, and he was found dead Tuesday in a nearby creek. John Castick, 27-year-old Goldman Sachs analyst, last seen walking on video down the street after the Zed's Dead concert in the Brooklyn Mirage venue. Police found his body floating in the Newtown Creek, a few blocks from the venue, and the same creek where another man was found dead in June. Very, very sad. It's the second time in 2 months. It's horrifying, said someone who was at the same concert named Cooper Robinson. I don't think the music has anything to do with it. I think it's about safety in the surrounding area. Jennifer Gutierrez, who represents the area where the venue is in the city council, said she was working to put together a meeting with the local club owners to determine what can be done to improve safety. It's heartbreaking to learn that people are coming to enjoy the neighborhood venue and they're not returning home safely. But they don't tell us if it looked like foul play. We don't have enough information. It's a horrible tragedy and very sad for his family. Very, very sad. Hang on one second. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next thing here, which is I want to talk about the girl that left the baby in the gas station toilet. I feel like this just happened, that one left them in the gas station waste basket as well. And okay, so let's talk about this Gilgo Beach killer and his estranged wife. His lawyer says that he has spoken with his wife since his arrest. The attorney, Robert Macedonio, who's representing Asia Ellerup, Rex Heuermann's wife, in the divorce proceedings, said that his client hasn't seen her estranged husband since his arrest last month. She has not visited him in the facility yet, but they have spoken. He declined to say what the conversations he categorized as personal were about. Her attorney said that Ellerup was blindsided by Heuermann's arrest and left shocked and disappointed. And I quote him saying, "She was completely blindsided by the whole event. It was like getting hit by a Mack truck walking on 42nd Street. Obviously, her head was spinning." He had to say 42nd Street because it would be different if it was on 19th Street. Heuermann has been connected with the deaths of 3 of the 4 women known collectively as the Gilgo Four. Their bodies were found within days of each other on Gilgo Beach in December of 2010. All 4 women were buried in burlap sacks. Rex was arrested on July 13th as he left his Manhattan office, where he worked as an architect, now charged with 6 counts of murder in the deaths of Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, Amberlynn Costello, and the prime suspect in the death of 25-year-old Maureen Brainerd Barnes. Macedonio said that he can't even speculate at this point whether Ellerup will be cooperating with authorities in the criminal investigation against Heuermann, stating that they haven't even been asked. And her attorney said that she could possibly qualify for spousal immunity, which would prevent her from having to testify against her husband. A GoFundMe page has been set up for Ellerup, who, along with her 2 adult children, it's to help them out financially after they were forced to leave their Massapequa home for days when police searched the residence, and they were left with a lot of the floors being ripped up, the mattresses were taken, the couch was cut open, there's holes in parts of the walls. Right now they're going through everything, sorting through everything, trying to get new mattresses. Meanwhile, Rex Heuermann remains behind bars at the Suffolk County Correctional Facility without bail. The Suffolk County Sheriff Errol Toulon said Heuermann is in an isolated cell and appears to be comfortable. He's in a cell by himself and he's receiving all services that any other person who's incarcerated will receive. It seems like he's very comfortable in his cell and his surroundings. He's indicated to my staff that he would not be any issue to us and would be extremely compliant. So we'll see how that plays out in the days and weeks ahead. We shall. Okay, let me just update this here. Okay. All right, next, just want to see if this Pennsylvania girl has been found. There's a missing Pennsylvania girl. I'm going to see if she's been found here. Just go, because sometimes we usually get good news. Let's see. See, 16 hours ago. I guess she hasn't, so let's put her picture out there. See if anybody has seen her. Let's bring the size of that down a little bit. Okay, so Special Victims Unit detectives are asking for the public's assistance to locate a missing 12-year-old girl. Anaya Davis Stackhouse was last seen on July 24th, 2023, wearing a purple Rugrats t-shirt. She's believed to be in Zone 3, Mount Oliver area. Info, call 911. Okay, so let me retweet that too. Okay, hopefully she's found. Next up, okay, here's the Texas woman that they're looking for. Texas police are searching for a woman accused of leaving a baby in the toilet at a Houston gas station and fleeing the scene. Happened around 4:30 a.m. on April 2nd after a customer found a newborn in the toilet of a Southwest Houston gas station on South Post Oak Road. The Houston Fire Department arrived on the scene and discovered a newborn girl in the toilet. Fire department said the baby was deceased by the time they arrived and had likely been dead for hours. On Monday, Houston police released security footage taken at the gas station on the morning in question, and police are hoping that someone can help identify the woman. A video shows the woman initially at a gas pump, and then she walks into the store, which allowed the camera to catch a close-up of her face. The video doesn't show her walking into or leaving the gas station's restroom. However, police confirmed that she was in the restroom for about 15 minutes before exiting the store. No one else went inside that bathroom, and the newborn was not there when she walked in before. This time, there are no pending criminal charges. We just want to talk to her. We just want to find out some more information. We want to be able to put some answers to the situation. Anyone with information regarding the woman is urged to contact the Houston police at 713-884-3131. It's very odd because she's walking through the door. She doesn't look like she's like in labor or something. It's just very odd. Very odd situation. So there is one other there was, let's see here. Before we go to Lindsay, I just want to talk about this case in Indiana. 1 second. Okay. So, let me just change the graphic here. Convicted child killer Johnny Johnson was put to death Tuesday evening following the 2002 abduction and murder of a 6-year-old girl from Missouri. 45-year-old Johnson received a lethal injection dose of pentobarbital at Von Terre State Prison for the July 2002 murder of Casey Williamson. He was pronounced dead at 6:33 p.m. Central Time. The U.S. Supreme Court rejected a request to block the execution, dismissing arguments of Johnson's mental incompetency due to schizophrenia. The court today paves the way to execute a man with documented mental illness before any court meaningfully investigates his competency to be executed, Justice Sonia Sotomayor and 3 other justices decided. There is no moral victory in executing someone who believes Satan is killing him to bring about the end of the world. St. Louis Post-Dispatch reported that Johnson, who was a friend of the victim's family, abducted Casey from her Valley Park home while she was still in her nightgown. He took her to a creek and attempted to essay her, and then he dragged her into an abandoned factory. Although she fought back, Johnson fatally beat her and hid her body, sparking panic and a frenzied search that lasted hours. Casey's body was found buried in a pit less than a mile from her home, covered in debris and rocks. According to the court documents, Johnson used a brick and a large rock to repeatedly strike Casey in the head, subsequently crushing her skull. He then cleaned the blood off of him at a nearby river, but ended up confessing to the crime the same day. Detective Paul Neske, who led the investigation in the case, said the child's death was more violent and brutal than any case I've ever seen. While the Missouri Governor Mike Parson added that the killing was one of the most horrific murders that has ever come across my desk. The victim's family reportedly said they had mixed feelings over Johnson's death, but Casey's mother said that she's ready to put the entire ordeal behind her. Johnson apologized to the family in a handwritten letter provided to and released by the Missouri Department of Corrections. God bless. Sorry to the people and family I hurt, he wrote. That's it. Okay. So now let's go to Lindsay. And hang on 1 second because I have to, let's see here. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Lindsay Shiver. If you missed this last night, this woman was a Georgia wife and mother to an ex-football turned insurance CEO, not insurance, what was it, end of life expenses CEO. They had 3 boys together. Now, allegedly, they were both from big money. Her husband was from the Flowers Foods family, okay? And they had private jets. They had a place in the Bahamas and, a mansion in Georgia. She was used to a very nice lifestyle. On her Facebook page, she wrote things about God and family and all of that. But her husband allegedly, their place in the Bahamas had extensive surveillance cameras because they shared that place with his parents, and his father had early onset dementia. So they had extensive cameras. And allegedly, she hooked up with someone that, her lover worked in a bar over there, okay? And he was almost 10 years younger than her. And she brought him back to that house and was doing all kinds of things that were recorded that her husband found out. Her husband then filed for divorce on April 5th. And she subsequently said, you've cut me off, and she wants her alimony. He said she doesn't need alimony. She has plenty of money to take care of herself. So then, I guess, reeling from that, allegedly, she was in the Bahamas with that bartender lover guy and a friend of his, and they hatched a plot to kill her husband. But there was a robbery at the bar the boyfriend was working at. So police that were investigating the robbery, knowing nothing about this plot, seized cell phones. And on those cell phones, they found WhatsApp messages detailing this entire plot. So they were all 3 of them arrested. And then it was her own husband that just the other day bonded her out, and she's got to stay in the Bahamas until she goes back to court, which is October 5th. So let's see what else is going on with this, because this is just a crazy case. Okay. Okay, so here's some more. And again, you take this stuff with a grain of salt. It's coming from people that may or may not know them. We know how the internet works. Someone said, a friend of mine from Abaco knows all the people involved. The boyfriend was the head bartender at Grabber's Beach Club on Guana Cay. They got robbed a few weeks back. The thieves cut the one breaker that was for the alarms in the area that they were going. They got $40,000 worth of stuff, not sure money or what. Because of that, the police thought it was an inside job. While they were investigating that undercover, they overheard a tourist biatching to the boyfriend about the bad coke they bought from him. They arrested him for that. They found a bunch of baggies and took his phone. Somehow they were able to go to in the phone and read all these texts between him and the woman about how the husband knows about the affair and they have to kill him. He didn't want to do it himself, so he brought in a guy he knew who would. All busted. Bahamas police don't need all the warrants, etc. Sounds like they have a pretty good case. Sounds like she might get extradited if the U.S. asks, but otherwise all three getting a long stay in Fox Hill, one of the worst prisons in the Caribbean. Yes, they were released on bail. Bail here is not crazy high like the U.S., unfortunately, even for serious crimes. Okay, so here's another thing in here. Since this story is so captivating, I'm not sure if it's because I live in Thomasville and know of them, or if it would be just as intriguing if I lived in another city and state. I know people of their stature would never go public and talk to the media, but I sure wish they would. Everyone knows how small town gossip is, and I just feel like this case is full of it. For example, in one post, you hear that her family immediately cut her off and stopped her trust fund money, and then in the next post, someone says her dad flew to the Bahamas to help her. People are saying she was on drugs, and I haven't seen that posted anywhere from a credible source. I saw another post say that she was pregnant by the boyfriend, and then another post say that the boyfriend was engaged to another woman. Someone did post a copy of the divorce petition, and I can't help but shake my head and roll my eyes. According to social media, they had the perfect life. I know everyone makes things seem better online, but for the last 10 plus years, they both have such kind, caring words about the other one. Her husband was always doting on her. And then when you read the divorce papers, she was claiming he physically, mentally, and verbally abused her in front of their children. I just wish someone really close to the family, or even the family, would speak out so we know the facts. I keep seeing posts about her staying in the Bahamas home, but that isn't their home. That's her parents' home. You see, I thought it was his parents' home. This doesn't even make sense now. As for all the comments about him helping her and bailing her out of jail, I just can't see him doing that after she tried to have him murdered, and she's claiming he abused her. She's trying to ruin his reputation, so I don't imagine he would want to help her. Oh well, this case fascinates me, and I hate that. I hate that because these 3 innocent children don't deserve that. Someone said, I don't think personally we will know what happened behind closed doors except the two of them and the kids. But apparently there are very strict rules in the South, so maybe family wouldn't approve of divorce, or I don't know. But I'm genuinely curious about how the South runs compared to the North. People were saying her family will make her pay because they tainted her name, etc. It's just interesting not being from the South. And someone said, Alabama, born and raised in a strict Baptist family. I was raised, you get married, it's till death do you part, period. It was very embarrassing to my family when I got a divorce. You do not talk about family business. Everything negative is kept as quiet as possible, not even discussed with extended family members, if at all possible. The wealthier the family is, the need and ability to keep things quiet is greater. It's all about your family's stature in the community and avoid bringing shame on them at all costs. Not all South is that strict or forbidden, someone else said. Sometimes, according to the religion, born and raised in the South, people get divorced every day. Not a big deal. Another person said, I'm from a good Mississippi family from a small town, and this is spot on. You don't share stuff, and the sins of the father, so to speak, stay buried. Negative stuff stays private. Another person said, isn't that universal human nature, though? Unless it's someone from a celebrity family turning on another one by doing a celebrity tell-all, I don't see many Northerners telling all their family business either, rich or poor. Okay, so someone said, good families from the South have a code. Children from my age, 58, don't act like it, but it is what it is. We are schooled to never talk about negative things. Someone else said, yeah, the 2 private jets are his dad's and someone else's, not theirs. I read or heard it was either the brother, uncle, or someone. I'm sure they had full access to the husband's dad's jets, but why are they saying it's theirs, like the beach house? Someone said the hitman, not the lover, is engaged. Okay, so here's something from WDHN ABC. Shiver plotted to kill her husband and hired her lover, Terence Bethel and Farron Newbold, to carry out the murder. Robert Shiver also helped bail out Bethel of Abaco and Newbold, each on $20,000 bond. So her husband bailed out the hitman and his wife's lover, along with his wife. All 3 must wear ankle monitors and remain in the Bahamas. Prosecutors originally objected to the 3 having bond, but withdrew their objection after speaking to Robert Shiver. See here. Someone said, I would love to know his reasoning for bailing out all 3. Like, is it arrogance? You're free to live this life you want so bad. Let me help you go do that. Or did he know this was all happening? And is he in it with the boyfriend? Stage a hit? Help them get out of trouble? Easier divorce settlement for him? Somebody said, I'd take anything reported by the media with a huge grain of salt. I doubt he paid their bail. Whoever wrote this article seems to be twisting things. It sounds like the husband appealed for the wife to get bail, and the judge honored that request and therefore extended it to the 2 co-defendants. I seriously doubt he paid their bail. Media gets things wrong all the time, and people tend to take it at face value. Let's see. He did not use his money to bail her or the others out. He simply told the judge he didn't object to the bail. He has 3 young children, trying for the best scenario to explain where their mother is. Someone said, reading some of the comments here, there's no wonder this society is going to hell in a handbasket. Okay, let's see. Okay, what is this now? All right, somebody says, unless you have been living under a rock on a break from social media, which I, for one, love doing, or simply not a news junkie, you know exactly the topic I'm about to help clear up. I'm absolutely disgusted by most of the comments regarding Lindsay, Robert, and their families. It's pretty alarming the amount of people who find the need to destroy someone. I am by no means stating my opinion on the situation, as the only thing I can say is how terrible the entire ordeal is. I'm sad for all involved. Does it make you feel better to attack people just to get others to comment and add to this mess? I'm aware that some people in this world are sick and mean, and quite frankly, the ones writing such garbage about people and families, and in my opinion, it's pretty hypocritical behavior. Treating someone badly with words is extremely damaging, not to mention it sure makes you wonder about the person who says or writes it. It says more about yourself than anything you write about them. Bashing someone and their family for the sake of adding unnecessary drama is far from acceptable behavior. As a reminder, no one knows the facts in this case. The entire situation is heartbreaking on both sides. I can only imagine how both families are suffering from such a nightmare. And mind you, both families are incredibly wonderful people. I personally know Lindsay and her family, and I'm absolutely sick about this and completely shocked. I'm certainly not the Lindsay I've known for many years. She and Robert are both great people. Their children are beautiful, and the children certainly do not deserve to have their family blasted and destroyed during such a devastating and difficult time. Please remember that there is always information that will never be revealed, always two sides to every story, and before you feel the need to talk so dirty and cruel about someone, their family, and a situation that no one truly knows about, please look yourself in the mirror and think how you would feel if something like this happened to you or your loved ones. My heart is heavy for both families. And let's be reminded, the only thing we can do and the only thing we should do is pray for all of those involved. I think this may be a relative because she has the flower's name. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. So somebody did mention that post that she had on her Facebook. It said, Robert Shiver, you better watch your back from 2016. I scrolled all the way back. Do y'all see this? It's old, but it's aged very well. Saw that too. I wonder if somebody says that you believe that has been posted, but in case others missed it. Yeah, I don't know what, it doesn't say what that was. Okay, so that seems to be what we have. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay. Hi, K-Rocks. Hi, Amanda Millington. Hello, everybody. So what do you, did anybody hear anything else about this case? It'd be something if they got back together, you know, just to make it go away or something for their family. I don't know. And then do stuff privately or something. I don't know. What else? Hi, DB. DB. Davey. It's Davey. Hi, Debbie L. Anybody have any other thoughts on that case? Davey. I'm getting hungry. Didn't eat a lot today. Barb, it certainly isn't a loving statement. Well, it could be a joke, but, you know, of course, is there really a GoFundMe to help? Yes, they really had a GoFundMe, yes, to Yes, it was on her page. Yes, that's true, White Angel. They had a GoFundMe. Yes, they did. Seems insane to me, too. Two multimillionaire families looking for that. Come on, really? Oh, no, it's so crazy. Hi, Meredith. Sassy Darcy. Julie W. Ruff. Texas Mopar. Sorry if I missed anybody. White Angel. Kevin Leonard. That's crazy, and they both come from money. Yeah, they come from a lot of money. A lot of money. Lotta. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we see here. Okay, let's see. What else is going on? Okay, here's something. Lindsay Shiver's family is sad and shocked over the arrest in the murder for hire plot. Tore us up. Her family is distraught. Her grandfather, Tom Shirley, said he was sad and shocked and disappointed after finding out the 36-year-old stay-at-home mother was arrested on July 21st. It just tore us up, said Tom Shirley. It's just a shame, a crying shame, for Robert and the kids and everyone else. I know Lindsay, or I thought I did. And I don't know what could have happened, but something happened, he added. He noted that Lindsay, Robert, and their 3 kids appeared to be the ideal family, happily living at their $2.5 million mansion in Thomasville, Georgia, and taking luxurious trips to their vacation home in the Bahamas, where they traveled by private jet. It's hard to believe because they're such a fine couple and a fine family. Let's see. However, the family's apparently rosy life came to an abrupt end on April 5th when Robert, an executive at a life insurance company, filed for divorce, accusing his wife of cheating on him. The following day, Lindsay submitted her response to the Thomas County Superior Court, claiming Robert had a history of violence against her and was attempting to cut her off from his money. Her grandfather, however, said he was very close with the family and never witnessed any signs of domestic abuse, describing Robert as a good fellow. I never saw it. They were just a fine couple, he said. I never knew anything different. In fact, it's a surprise to me that all this came up, and I'm very disappointed. I don't know if she lost her mind or what. I just don't know, her grandfather said. Despite the contentious divorce and alleged murder plot, Tom said he was glad Robert had spoken with prosecutors about Lindsay, leading them to recant their objections to releasing her on bail Tuesday. Lindsay and her alleged accomplices were being held at the Fox Hill prison in Nassau, Bahamas. So now let's just look up that, because they say that it's like a really, really, really bad prison. Okay. Reminds me of Foxford Hall or something from Flowers in the Attic. Okay, let me just do one thing here. I want to look up that prison. Okay, let's see. Fox Hill Prison, Nassau. Okay, let's see what that is about. Fox Hill Prison is the only prison in the Bahamas located in Nassau, capital. It has minimum, medium, and maximum security facilities for male prisoners. It also has one block for female prisoners as well as a medical block. The prison was established at its current location in Fox Hill, Bahamas in March of 1952. It was originally named Her Majesty's Prisons, a name shared with the other prisons in the former British Empire. Conditions. This prison has been criticized internationally for poor conditions. 2003, Amnesty International found that the prison had a high risk of transmission of diseases such as tuberculosis. The prison is overcrowded. It's unsanitary and it lacks adequate food and medical care. The report stated the prison was infested with maggots, rats, and insects, that cells had buckets instead of toilets, and that prisoners reported bed sores caused by sleeping on the ground. It also stated that prisoners shared 6 by 10 foot cells with no mattresses, no toilets, and as many as 6 prisoners to a cell. Wow. Oh, wow. In 2017, Commissioner Patrick Wright confirmed that prisoners in the maximum security block still had to use buckets instead of toilets. Wow. Can you imagine her going from that to something like that? Private jet to using a bucket? Bahamas has one of the highest rates of imprisonment in the world. Conditions of the facility suffer due to the sheer number of prisoners incarcerated there. Inmates of the facility had to remove human waste by bucket. Okay, so here is someone that spent, let me see, 15 years there. Says the familiar scent of human filth permeating the air is what Charles Roll remembers as a constant during the 15 years he stayed at the Bahama Department of Corrections. He was incarcerated after being found guilty of transporting large amounts of marijuana and cocaine from Jamaica through the Bahamas and onto the United States. He spent many years on remand waiting to be tried in court, and then was eventually convicted, and the maximum security center of the corrections facility became his home. Okay, so let's see. So He said, I don't even know where to start off, but I can tell you that the first thing I remember waking up to each morning is the smell of, in my nostrils, he said, graphically remembering his imprisonment. It was 3 of us in a cell. So that alone should tell you we conditioned our minds to deal with the state of what we had to deal with. He said most of us had guns held to our heads before or got shot or were stabbed. So we were kind of hard in our minds, and that's the only way we dealt with the situation in Fox Hill Prison. Imagine having to push out in a slop bucket while 2 other people are standing there watching you, and that's every day, all day. Ugh. He was released from prison 2 months ago and is now in search of a job, but he has not been successful because no one wants to hire him. He has been a peddler and a dealer of drugs from the age of 13. Let's see. The place is the pits. I know you want to ask me, so I might as well tell you. Plenty of prison officers, the young ones, were on our payrolls. A couple of them got caught, but hey, we got weed and coke on a regular. From them, and our friends took care of them on the outside. They got us straight with everything, drugs, phones, gals. That's how we survived. We live like pigs. The place where they cook in the massive pots using a stick to stir the pots is just feet away from where human mess is on the ground. But hey, if you don't eat, you will starve to death. There were many weeks when organizations or companies came there and donated things, and the inmates never saw what they donated. We believe the staff took the goods home because we never got them. The food has maggots sometimes from being left out to flies. It is slop and terrible. It's doing the same thing over and over, and no one is talking to you seriously about your health or well-being. Then you have to worry about who's sleeping next to you, because at any point you could end up someone's girlfriend or have to do what a woman does. Let's see what else. No, he's just talking too much about the conditions. I'm wondering about the women's conditions. Let's see if we can find any women's conditions in. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I can't see anything about the women's. It says, let's see, the Bahama prison where Sam Bankman-Fried is being led is notorious for its harsh conditions, with one report detailing inmates scavenging human waste from buckets and living with an infestation of rats. So I guess this guy that was this Bankman-Fried had a criminal indictment unsealed accusing him of multiple counts of wire fraud, money laundering, campaign finance violations related to the collapse of one of the largest crypto exchanges earlier in the year. He awaits extradition to the U.S., but he'll spend his time in that only prison, Fox Hill Correctional. Wow, it's pretty bad. Inmates are supposed to get outside for an hour each day, but staff shortages and overcrowding mean there are times when inmates can only see sunlight for 30 minutes a week. The report cited an infestation of rats, vermin, and insects in the individual cells, which measure 6 by 10 in the maximum security block. According to reports, up to 6 inmates at a time can share the tiny cells, which do not have mattresses or toilets. Gross. Okay, so that is what there is about that. And that's all there is to say about that. You would think those deplorable conditions would also be a breeding ground of extreme frustration, creating very inhumane treatment of one another. Yeah, DB, they would. You would think, right? Okay. So, does anyone have anything else to say about that? So let me see something. Beauty queen Ariana Vieira, 26, dies in a crash after posting a chilling message. Who is she now? Venezuela. Let's see. Oh, I heard one of the Daniel Green, one of the investigators in the Murdaugh trial, he was in an accident, a crash, and his 3-year-old son was killed. Isn't that sad? So Venezuela beauty queen Ariana Vieira has died from injuries sustained in a horrific car crash in Florida last month. She was only 26. She's accused of falling asleep behind the wheel July 13th, and she collided with a truck in Lake Nona, Orlando. Her death came 2 months after she made a chilling video for her funeral. The official cause of the crash has not been reported. Vieira's mother shared that her daughter had been suffering fatigue and fell asleep behind the wheel. My girl fell asleep. She was tired. They revived her, but when they were going to take her to trauma care, she stayed there. She reportedly suffered a heart attack after being revived. The grieving mother went on to praise her daughter for always championing others, but hinted that her caring attitude may have led her to exhaustion. She helped too many people. She would stop everything to help you or listen to you. She was always there for her friends, her brothers, her mother. She worked in real estate and ran full house cleaning services, according to her Instagram page. Her father, who lives in Peru, reportedly applied for a humanitarian visa to attend his daughter's funeral, but wasn't approved until the day after the service. In May, Vieira posted an eerie video on Instagram referencing her future funeral. Recording myself for my future funeral because it's always me who takes videos and no one takes them of me. She captioned a video with several clips of herself pretending to be caught doing mundane activities like waking up, drinking water, and just hanging around the house. The video is part of a trend of people making montages of themselves, looking good and pretending someone is sneaking a video of them to poke fun at a movie or documentary that include similar B-roll. Her followers noted the grim timing of the video. Vieira was due to represent her home country in Venezuela at the Miss Latin America of the World competition in the Dominican Republic in October. I don't know that God had given me an angel. I didn't know that God had given me a little piece of heaven for a very short time, her mother said. Hang on a second. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the other one. Yeah, I forgot to talk about this one. So this is a crazy case here in Oregon. Oregon. Come on, go over there. All right, so an Oregon man was arrested for kidnapping and essaying a woman who managed to escape from a makeshift cinder block cell in his garage. FBI Portland field office announced on Wednesday that they captured Nagasi Zuberi, 29, after a sex worker he allegedly abducted beat down the cell door with her hands until they were bloody, successfully breaking it open, running down the street to flag a motorist for help. According to the complaint, the woman was kidnapped, chained, sexually assaulted, and locked in a cinder block cell. Stephanie Shark, the assistant special agent in charge, said in a statement, her quick thinking and will to survive may have saved other women from a similar nightmare. Officials said Zuberi, who's a suspect in 4 SA cases in other states, traveled to Seattle on July 15th to pick up a prostitute. The victim told investigators that is where she met Zuberi, who posed as an undercover officer and pointed a taser at her before handcuffing her and forcing her into the back of his car. This is the guy. He allegedly kept the woman trapped in a cinder block cell in his garage in Klamath Falls, Oregon. He then drove about 450 miles to his home in Klamath Falls while assaulting her multiple times along the way. At his home at 1336 North Eldorado Drive, the victim told police she was tossed into the cinder block cell that he created in his garage. After the woman escaped, Zuberi fled the area but was tracked down in Reno, Nevada the following day, where he was taken by police after a 45-minute standoff. It's really funny. He makes a cinder block cell, and then he's got like that flimsy door. Officials say they believe that more of Zuberi's victims may be out there given the 4 of the assault cases levied against him. Portland FBI noted that since 2016, Zuberi has lived in New York, New Jersey, Oregon, Washington, California, Colorado, Utah, Florida, Nevada, and Alabama. Gets around. He is also known to have used the name Sakima, Justin Heitch, Justin Kouassi, and he may have SA'd victims by posing as a police officer or drugging drinks. Zuberi was taken to the Washoe County Jail in Reno and faces life in prison if convicted on interstate kidnapping charges. Where's Rich Guillon? Rich Guillon. I think of Nevada, Las Vegas. I think of Rich Guillon. Where are you, Rich Guillon? Hope he's all right. Wasn't he? He wasn't feeling well. John Wasaki. I sent a message to John Wasaki because I saw there was a message on my Facebook page from hope he's all right. All right, so I'm going to open the Zoom up now. So I'm going to have to close the Zoom. Close it, leave, and then reopen it. Reopen it. You like the camping scene? Now you don't see that blue screen anymore. That's so traumatizing. Okay. I am feeling really tired. I am feeling really hungry. Rich was going to the... Yeah, I hope he's all right, Kevin. Really, I hope he's okay. All right, let's see. Oh, the flowers? No. The seafood market? No. No, I don't think so. Okay, so let me Tori Spelling and her kids are now living in an RV on a campground after moving out of a cheap motel. What the heck is going on with that? What the freak? What happened to their house? What is going on? What's wrong with their house? The 50-year-old has been trying to find a place to stay after moving her family out of their rental home due to extreme mold. They were renting? They didn't even own their home? Extreme mold infestation. Last month, the mother of 5 moved her family into a $100 a night motel in the Los Angeles area. Yet just a few days later, she and the kids checked out of the No Frills motel to stay with one of her friends. Oh. I don't know. All right, let me put the thing because I kicked everybody out of Zoom. Copy. And I'm so hungry. I feel like, oh gosh, I haven't had that Portuguese bread. I just feel like it toasted with butter, and I don't have any, of course. I haven't even, I'm craving it. Absolutely craving. I haven't had it in like a year. No, I'm just doing nothing but craving it. I used to eat it every morning. It's so bad right now. I have to get some. Okay. Look at Janae's. I am so... Let me show you Janae's ice cream cake. I just... Very impressed. She, you know, she was really worried about it. She did a great job on it. Look at that. She's going to be asked to do it all the time now. Okay, somebody's here. It's Margot. You didn't get to be first, Al. Say it, Margot.
First.
You didn't get to be first, Al. She probably fell asleep. I'm really impressed with Janae's ice cream cake.
I know, it looks really good.
I really thought it was going to be... I'm sorry. I thought she was going to have like 59 flip outs about it. It can be scary.
No, it looked really good.
She didn't put a picture of the inside. I would have liked to have seen... I just can't even believe it. The 20-minute ride was really making me nuts. Oh, that was good, though.
Oh, now Sharon wants toasted pumpernickel.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Here comes Al. Not first. You're not first, Al. Al.
I was already in the Zoom.
You're not first.
I was in here the whole time.
No.
I was like in the Zoom.
No.
I was in the Zoom already. I was in the Zoom.
It just rang,
That was
Al.
the old one, Al.
Al, that was the old one. You're not first, Al.
Wait a minute. Hold
Al.
on. I was already in the Zoom.
You're not first. You're not, Al. You're not. You're
I was
second.
in the Zoom. I don't know how to explain it to you.
everybody sees it here. You're not first.
I was in the Zoom already. I don't know how to explain it to you.
Oh, White Angel, you have to indulge sometimes. It's on special occasions. Don't you have birthday cake? Let's see. Life's too short to live like that. Just exercise. Okay. Tag you it. Remember that ice cream cake? That was a swirl. Yes, a Viennetta, Breyer's Viennetta. Yep, I remember it. Or the Yule log. Kevin says, "Stop lying, Elle." Here comes Sharon.
You know what I want for my birthday?
What?
People don't have to buy me gifts or anything. I just want everyone to watch a movie with me.
Oh, I can do that.
Ah! Yeah, that's it. Spend some time with me. That's it.
Okay.
Elle's birthday movie night.
Yeah.
Elle's birthday movie night. So,
Hi, Sharon.
what's going on? What did you think about that that case? That's so crazy. That so many weird freaking things.
Which case?
All of them. The cinder block person building a cinder block cell in their garage.
I must have fallen asleep with that one. What happened?
Oh my goodness. No wonder you didn't make it.
Oh, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't hear. It's because I had my, what do you call it, plugged in.
Sometimes I doze a little.
And it wasn't plugged in my ear. You doze off? Yeah.
I heard the one about the Bahama llama. That's crazy.
Hmm.
You don't think that's the same Flowers family, Carolyn?
No. No.
I mean, it could be.
No.
Flowers is a very common name. It's if they converted it from
That's a pretty last
Yeah.
name.
Flores.
That's a really pretty last name to have.
Flores or flowers?
Flowers.
Yeah. That's what Flores is, though. I can never say it quite right, but because my Spanish isn't very good.
Yeah. Mine's not too good either.
No, I'm more of a French person.
Me too. Parlez-vous français?
Oui, que?
What's up?
What's Carolyn doing?
I'm looking at something. I'm looking at a house here. It's so,
Oh.
so weird. Let me see something.
Yeah, I took French in high school, not Spanish.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of required.
One of three. French, Spanish, or German.
That's a weird thing.
I
Say where?
think we were required in Canada to take French. I'm almost certain of it. It was
I
interesting.
got to pick
because
one. I got to pick
Our
one.
French teacher, yeah, in the U.S. you could, but in Canada, no. But our French
my-
teacher didn't speak any English. It was
My
interesting. She
My
came
French
from
teacher was a
Quebec.
piece of work. Madame Beaucourt.
Somebody
Yama.
once told me. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, listen to this now. Why is that in here? Wait, this is the wrong. Hold on a second. I remember that thing. That's so weird that it's there. Okay, hold on a second. That's not supposed to. That's not the one. It's supposed to be this one. It's weird. Let's try this one. Back in 2000 and hold on a sec. No, I can't. That's not a good one. It was just a really weird noise. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a story to make people aware of the dangers they may be putting themselves in by selling items online. Got a message from someone telling me that they wanted to buy a specific item, and from the get-go, the person was pretty pushy. I wanted to make some money, so I responded. This is on Facebook Marketplace. The whole time I was talking to this person, something felt off. The person we'll call A was being a little bit weird in the first message. A kept changing the time they were coming to get the item. A asked me if I had change for a certain amount, and I said no. That was before A got to my house to pick up the item. I told A they needed to get change because I didn't have any cash. A ends up showing up and had parked around the corner somewhere so I couldn't see their car. I felt something was off because A handed me the incorrect amount and asked if I had change. I had already told A I didn't. Then A pretended to ask me to get into their car so we could go get change. I told A I don't get in the car with strangers. A was like, oh well, I'm from Europe and we don't worry about getting in strangers' cars. I'm thinking, yeah, oh, okay. I'm definitely not going. A also asked me a lot of unnecessary questions about the watch. It was brand new, and I had already told A this. Plus, it was just an ordinary wind-up watch, no set the time. I went and got change. Surprise, surprise. So when this person got back, I could see their car. A went and got changed. And a few other people were in the car. I had a really bad feeling, so I just grabbed the money, gave A the watch, and ran back inside. Am I making a big deal over this? If you need more details. I don't know. Doesn't sound that crazy, does it?
It sounds just creepy enough that.
Yeah, a little creepy. He got the money, A got the watch.
Yeah. But when they told the person on the phone that they didn't have change, And then it just seemed shady to me.
Yeah. But Shady wasn't too persistent. Hey, I mean.
Hmm.
He didn't push the issues. Which was good.
Oh, well, well, well. Anyway, I better start the word game because I'm falling deeply asleep.
Oh boy,
I'm so tired.
I'm tired.
Somebody
too.
said our air quality is not good again. I don't know why they're saying that. I don't know why, but I'm exhausted. Got a couple of crazy days coming up too. Okay, so let's spin the wheel. I want to watch another episode of Family too. I want to go lay down.
I haven't watched any of that. I've never heard of it, so I'm gonna go watch it sometime.
It's such a depressing show.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, stop it.
Oh, it's so sad.
No, have you ever watched it, Elle?
Yes.
It's fun.
See. You're doing a word game. I gotta slip back in here.
Uh-oh.
So behind, I have to start over.
Oh. You want to know the top word?
I already got it. Shh.
Oh.
See, Sharon's always trying to help me.
I didn't say anything.
Good job.
I didn't say it.
I know. You already did the puzzle?
No, I just glanced at it.
Oh, okay.
And it just jumped out at me because you got the ing there.
Yes. I do have the ing. Okay, and let me see this now.
Okay.
I didn't I get extra? I should have got an extra word on that one. Oops.
Darn, I need that word above rig.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I have it.
Where is it?
You said the word
Yeah,
above rig?
Above rig.
Ring.
Oh, ring.
Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
sorry, I have my sleep
Don't
mask.
listen,
Oh, okay.
Sharon.
Shh, don't give it to me, Sharon.
I'm not. When I don't work.
I've only got one more word and then I'm done.
I got him up to pause it. To cheat.
Did you finish everything, Margot?
No, I need that word above rig.
Oh, you're not even gonna do it because you're stars. Oh, wow.
I'm
Okay.
getting the stars, yeah.
Oh, wow. All right.
She doesn't get the stars.
I have 4 stars. I'm gonna have 5 stars in a minute.
Ew.
Uh-huh.
All right. Oh. Okay. Oh, I got everything but one word, and I know
I can't figure that word out.
Can you hear me?
Shh, yes,
Yeah,
I
I
can,
tried that. It
Sharon. I'm gonna
doesn't
put you
work.
on mute.
It doesn't work, that word, Sharon. I tried it.
Shh.
Mhm,
That one didn't work.
mhm.
Didn't work.
Really? Onion ring. Wow. Well, then it won't work for Carolyn either, so I'm not in any trouble.
No, you're not in any trouble because it doesn't work. But I don't know what it is.
Think of a prescription.
All you guys in chat, I tried that one. It doesn't work.
Here. All right. Carolyn just doesn't need to look.
What?
There.
I got it.
What is it?
Prig. P-R-I-G.
Mm-mm.
I
doesn't-
tried prig. It
That's
doesn't
what I
go.
said. That's what I said.
It worked.
Well, it doesn't work in mine. P-R-I-G.
That's what I put.
P-R-I-G. Prig.
That's
doesn't
what I
work.
guess.
Huh.
That's weird.
That's
Try
what I
Doesn't
guess.
work.
P-I-R-N.
Yay.
I tried that P-I-R-N. It doesn't work.
I got one too. No, prig was what I thought it was. But then you
So
said
did I.
I did it.
Oh, God.
Well, how come it doesn't? It works in Carolyn's. It doesn't work in mine.
I don't know.
Rig is at the bottom of mine.
Oh, goodness gracious. Ah, look at this mess.
Oh, you know what's weird, eh?
Hmm.
I got pig, P-I-N-G, came above rig on mine. My puzzle's different. It's missing a word.
I had that happen to me the other day, too. It was weird. It's like, wait. I was sure I saw that word. Oh, because Carolyn is magic, Deborah Vancouver didn't say. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, Kevin said
Carolyn is magic. Oh, Kevin, you get in here and tell me that.
I know. Good. collect that.
I
See
can't.
what I collect now.
Kevin said, "Stop complaining, Marco."
Yeah, I already answered them. Well, I think I have 10 cookies.
Oh, your word isn't there, Elle. I thought it was there. It would be there too.
What?
It's alphabetical.
Oh.
So it won't be there. But the dog eats it, would eat it.
Oh.
Carolyn looks like she's fallen asleep.
No, not yet.
She's in a word cookie trance.
Oh, yeah. I've been there, done that. Next time you look up, 2 hours have passed. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
I know.
not quite. Almost. There we go. Oh.
Oh, notify. Thank you, Beth.
Oh, it's okay if they do it.
Well, if I decide, no, if I decide to look, see, I have that free will to do that if I want to help.
Oh, I see. We're exercising our free will. Got it.
Adventures with Beth says, Sharon, please notify her of the word.
I like the ones that she creates. User. Very last one you did, Beth. Not so sure.
Got that one. Yeah, you're right. I think I did ruse, didn't I? So now they're right over here. 333, okay. 333, okay, I know. You can't do soon. I tried all this, Beth.
What about SEER?
What?
SEER? Seer?
I thought I did that like 5 times. It's so weird. How does that happen? What?
Maybe you unclicked it before you hit the R.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
There it is. See that? Hi, Deborah.
Hello.
Hi.
Sue's. No.
I thought I had that one too that I just did. That's crazy.
No, you did that. Try ruse. Oh no, you already. Yeah, RUSE. There we go.
Got it. Oh, serum. That was a hard level, it said. Wow.
You try SUD. That's a word that shows up every once in a blue moon. No.
What did you say?
SUD. Sometimes it works.
Oh, I
and
did
sometimes-
SUD. I did. Tried it. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's the end for that. Those occupying. But thanks for coming, guys. Goodbye. Good night. See you later.
Good night,
Have a good
everybody.
night.
Good night,
See
everybody.
you tomorrow. Bye. God
Everybody.
bless. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.